Alright, buckle up, folks, because today we are diving deep into the murkiest depths of the Conjuring universe to dissect piece by piece, or manifest by manifest, the anatomy and powers of the entity that kept a whole lot of people sleeping with the lights on. The demon Valak. Forget what you thought you knew about physical bodies, because this right here is a whole different ballgame. We're gonna try applying a kind of paranormal pseudoscience to figure out how this thing operates. If you're a fan of getting genuine chills and analyses that go way beyond the obvious, stick with me, because this is gonna be one heavy and, frankly, terrifyingly detailed conversation. Grab your popcorn, light a holy candle, just to be safe, you know? And come with me on this trip to the heart of darkness. Valak ain't just some monster jumping in the dark. It's a primeval force, a cunning entity, and above all else, a psychologically calibrated terror machine. Let's be real. Talking about the anatomy of Valak is like trying to dissect smoke. Valak doesn't have a body in the way we understand it. No flesh, no bone, no organs. It's a demonic entity, pure, malignant energy, a spirit of the deep. However, its most famous and terrifying manifestation, the demon Nun, gives us crucial clues about its structure and how it interacts with our plane of existence. Think of it like this: the Nun Form isn't the real Valak. It's an avatar, a holographic projection of pure dread, calibrated for maximum psychological impact. Why a nun? Ah, my friend, that's the perverse genius of it. It's a mockery, a desecration. It manifests in the ultimate symbol of faith and purity to undermine hope and amplify despair. It's a gut punch to anyone seeking solace in religion. If we could apply a scientific lens, and please put quotes around that, we'd say the nun manifestation is a construct of psychic and spiritual energy. Imagine a kind of malleable force field that Valak shapes with its will. This field interacts with light, creating a visible figure, and with sound, generating whispers and roars. The density of this dark matter varies. Sometimes it's translucent, like a ghostly apparition. Other times, it takes on an unnerving solidity, capable of moving objects and even grabbing people. That apparent solidity would be a temporary condensation of its energy, huge drain, but necessary to inflict physical harm or direct terror. Its eyes in the Nun Form aren't eyeballs that capture light. They're portals, windows to hell, capable of projecting mental images and fears directly into the victim's mind. Those yellow, flickering eyes are what I call panic projectors, sending neurological signals that induce terror and hallucinations. The demonic smile, the pale skin, the sharp teeth, it's all pure terror design. It's not biological, it's impact design. Valak's structure, therefore, lies more in its energetic essence and its ability to manipulate human perception of reality. It has no lungs, yet it can unleash a deafening shriek. It has no vocal cords, yet its icy whispers penetrate your soul. That's the anatomy of a being that transcends our material understanding. It is pure manifest evil, taking the form most likely to tear you apart from the inside. Now, let's get to what it actually does. Valak ain't just a pretty or ugly face and a dirty habit. It's a walking arsenal of horrors, a strategist of panic, and a master of the possession game. This is the house specialty, the flagship move. Valak doesn't just possess people, it uses them as puppets to torment others. Think of the nun possessing Maurice in The Nun, and then Lorraine Warren in The Conjuring 2. This isn't just invading a body, it's crushing someone's will, assuming total control of the nervous system and the mind. In pseudoscientific terms, we can imagine Valak as an advanced neural virus. It latches onto the victim's cortex, overriding nerve impulses and consciousness, replacing them with its own. It's like downloading malicious firmware onto the person's brain, turning them into an extension of its own malevolence. The victim becomes a channel for demonic energy, explaining the superhuman strength and pain resistance the possessed display. Valak is a chess player of terror, and its victims' minds are the board. It doesn't need special effects. It throws you straight into your own personal horror movie, creating visions, sounds, smell sits, all designed to unravel sanity. If we think about it, scientifically, it's like Valak is a reality hacker. It doesn't change the physical world, it hacks your senses. It induces auditory and visual hallucinations directly into your brain, activating the areas of fear and traumatic memory. It's a kind of demonic neurolinguistics, whispering exactly what you fear, showing you exactly what terrifies you, turning your worst nightmares into a tangible reality just for you. It exploits your traumas, your sins, your insecurities. It's not a cheap trick, it's reverse engineering your soul. When Valak decides to stop projecting and materialize with more intensity, things get brutal. It hurls objects, flings people aside, bends metal. This is the condensation of that dark matter I mentioned. It's as if it manages to convert its ethereal energy into kinetic force. Think of it like a super concentrated magnetic energy field interacting with mass. It generates pulses of force that act like shock waves or like an invisible arm. It's a kind of direct impact telekinesis, where the energy is so dense it physically collides with the environment. It's not muscular strength, it's force of will and pure demonic energy. Valak appears and disappears, walks through walls, materializes out of nowhere. This suggests it's not confined to our dimension. It fluctuates between planes, emerging into and submerging from reality like a submarine. A scientific explanation could be a kind of quantum shifting. Valak might exist on a different vibrational frequency from ours, and by tuning to our dimension, it becomes visible and, if it wishes, tangible. It doesn't teleport. It shifts phase, shifts dimension, like water turning to steam and back to liquid. When invisible, it's out of phase with our perception. It's an extra-dimensional game of hide and seek. The mere presence of Valak corrupts the environment. Sacred places become profane, and an aura of despair is palpable. This isn't just a side effect, it's an active ability. Valak emanates negative energy that seeps into the surroundings, charging the air with its malevolence. Think of it as energetic contamination. Valak's malefic radiation affects the human psyche, lowering morale, amplifying paranoia and fear, making people more susceptible to its influence. It's like it emits infrasound or subliminal frequencies that alter the mental state of those around it. Valak grows stronger with fear. The more terrified people are, the more powerful it becomes. This is a kind of reverse bioenergy. The psychic energy generated by fear, adrenaline, stress, panic, doesn't dissipate. Valak absorbs it, consumes it, and converts it into power. It's like a high-level emotional parasite, feeding on the survival energy of its victims. It's a vicious cycle. It scares you, you generate fear, it absorbs that fear, and gets stronger to scare you even more. It's the apex predator of human emotions. As a demon, Valak can't be killed in the conventional sense. Physical injuries don't affect it permanently. It can be temporarily banished, repelled, but never destroyed by mundane means. Its manifested bodies are disposable. If you destroy it in one form, it simply retreats to its ethereal essence and manifests again. It's like its true form exists on a bulletproof server, and its manifestations are just remote terminals that can be reset. The only way to truly defeat it is to take down the server which leads us to its weaknesses. Even a demon of Valak's caliber has vulnerabilities, and this is where faith, intelligence, and human sacrifice come into play. This is Valak's primary kryptonite. Crucifixes, holy water, prayers, the names of God and Jesus all act as an energetic barrier to it. It ain't magic, it's vibrational resonance. Genuine faith generates positive psychic energy, a frequency so high it's dissonant and painful to a pure malevolence like Valak. It's like sunlight hitting a vampire. Holy water, for example, isn't just water, it's water infused with that positive energy, making it a spiritual solvent that burns Valak's demonic essence. Discovering and uttering the true name of a demon grants power over it. This is an almost universal law in folklore and demonology. For Valak, knowing its name allows it to be banished back to hell. Why the name? In many traditions, the name isn't just a label. It's the essence, the soul, the identity of the entity. Knowing the name is knowing its true nature, and therefore having a point of control. It's like having the master password to the system. Complex rituals, specific prayers, and the presence of individuals with unwavering faith can force Valak to retreat. These rituals act like complex algorithms that destabilize the demon's manifestation and presence, forcing it to dematerialize and return to its plane of origin. It's not a simple on-off switch, it's an operation of forced eviction, requiring immense effort and risk. Though less explicit, Valak seems to recoil from acts of pure sacrifice and unconditional goodness. The energy of love and selflessness is the antithesis of its nature. In the climax of the Nun, the blood of Christ, symbolically present, is what repels it. This suggests the most potent force against it isn't just the absence of fear, but the active presence of the virtues it cannot corrupt or consume. Valak isn't a mindless beast, it's a strategist. Its tactical intelligence is terrifying. It doesn't just scare, it plans. It waits for the right moment, identifies the most vulnerable victims, children, traumatized people, those questioning their faith. It doesn't act on impulse, it orchestrates. Valak studies its victims, discovers their deepest fears, and uses them against them. For Sister Irene, it exploits shaken faith and doubt. For Lorraine, it uses her knowledge of the demon possessing her husband and the vision of Ed's death. It doesn't just appear and vanish, it causes events. The death of Sister Victoria, the possession of Mauricial, part of a grander plan to extend its influence and corrupt more souls. It uses the Nun Form to disorient and desecrate, hiding its true nature and intentions. It lies, deceives, and distorts reality to keep its victims off balance. Valak is the embodiment of the anti-sacred, of absolute despair. Its anatomy is that of pure horror, designed to break human will. Its powers are the tools of a master manipulator, a predator that feeds on lost faith and paralyzing fear. It is the terrifying reminder that some battles aren't fought with fists or weapons, but in the arena of the soul. So, after diving so deep into the guts, or the lack thereof, of Valak, its physics of fear, and its strategy of terror, one question hangs in the air. If Valak feeds on our fear, and if its primary weakness is unwavering faith, what does that say about the true strength of the human spirit in the face of the deepest darkness? Is the greatest power always within us, waiting to be awakened? Or is evil an indestructible force, simply waiting for our guard to drop?